So let me show you the biggest trap smart money is putting out in the market and how I'm wildly profitable because of it. So when you go into Euro USD in London session and you see Asia low and you see Asia high and we're somewhere in between the range. Those days where we take out the Asia low and it happens really early, it happens before London session. That means the liquidity sweep of Asia low happens before 8 a.m. New York local time when the London session opens. If it happens before that, then the market suddenly spikes up or goes quickly up. This is a classical smart money trap. They try to create FOMO and urgency in the market before the session has even started. And think about it. If smart money actually wanted to fill their orders, like those guys haven't even arrived at their office yet, most of them, and they haven't had time to like sit down, grab their coffee, like move, like make some moves, like add to their position, all of that stuff, take some phone calls, like we're pumping this up, like they're not rushing, they're relaxing. So if this happens already, it's just a bait to lure people in to take the bait and think that we're going long. This is exactly what happened today. I saw the market going up and I was like, this is too early, this is too quick, it seems like a trap. And then I waited for the move to fade. We got somewhere, like, think about opposing liquidity. That's the most important, to take out some opposing liquidity, so some stops are getting taken out. And somewhere between 8 a.m. and 9 a.m. you want to see the move start to fade. So then you want to go short. The thing with this setup is it's not a classical setup. You don't wait for a like break of structure, fair value gap, smart money, strategy, entry. Like none of that means anything in this setup. I have setup for that too, but this, like, it doesn't mean anything. Because what usually happens in trading is that you think that, okay, we have this 1 minute break of structure and a fair value gap. Like, that's too obvious. You're too predictable. Smart money is going to target you and you're going to get stopped out. Forget that in this setup. Just think logically, because this is a large expansion move anyway. So you don't need a perfect, oh, I take this break of structure 1 to whatever is true. Like, you're going to make bread with this strategy anyways. So you wait for that to happen. And then you go short once you see the move fade and secure a stop loss and a risk reward that makes sense to you. For me, it was like 1 to 2, 1 to 3 today, targeting Asia low. But the thing is, you don't stop at Asia low. Then you just let it go lower because it usually dumps lower and it expands lower. So that's why I love this setup, because once it works, it goes low and you can easily add to your position once it goes in your favor, and it should respect that area. It shouldn't go much up after that. That's why I love this setup, because the entry isn't perfect, but it goes a lot in your intended direction to the downside, and you can always add to the position. So this is the trade I took today. Here are 3 different accounts I took it on, 2 funded and 1 challenge. And I made, because I was in drawdown, I made up for that, and I made $35 and $32 on those funded accounts, the 10K funded accounts. And I mean, that in itself is a bit funny, because I thought I was going to get the refund from those accounts, but turns out I already got the refund from those accounts. So I had 2 other funded accounts that I hadn't gotten the refund from. So I was like trying to message FTMO, was like, where's my refund? Like, I need the money. And they were like, you have the refund from these 2 accounts, but not from those accounts. So like, should have chosen different accounts. But anyways, that's the only issue you will have with this strategy, is you don't know which account to choose because it's so good. But we're coming for those accounts later, just wait. Anyways, so why does this work? And how do you know when it's not working? So you have to like understand if the setup seems rushed. That means it goes up, it goes fast up, it goes too early. If, for example, you get the liquidity sweep, the market takes out Asia low at like 8:30 and then it like gives a break of structure to the upside and all of that stuff, then it's more likely that the market is actually going for Asia high. But if the market goes up too quickly, too early, and if you feel like this doesn't make sense, then it's a trap. They're trying to bait people in. And the thing is, you have to look at it this way. If they take this setup, this trap, and like people go long when it takes out the Asia low, when it gives the break of structure on the 1 minute to the upside. If smart money sends the market too high, those guys are beginning to take partials, beginning to take profits. They can't do that. So they have to eventually fade the move and send it all the way down to their stop loss. And at that point, all hope and dreams is killed and the market is just going down. So once you recognize that it's a trap, then you just go short at some logical place, maybe in the middle of the range, maybe earlier, I'm not sure. It depends from day to day. And then the market shouldn't go up to Asia high, or it shouldn't go so close to Asia high. And once you see like between like 8:30, 9:30, whatever, that the move is beginning to fade, and my indicator to when to add to the move is when I know that the hope and dreams of those who went long is starting to fade. Like when you get that quick move to the downside and those people are like, oh my god, like its market is not going higher, this isn't looking good. I'm trying to like understand the psychology of those people, because I've been one of those people trying to go long, and then I know exactly where my mind was like, oh my god, like that's where I add to the position and we go lower. That's how I made 7R on this account today. And I mean, sometimes I lose, let's be honest, sometimes because I don't have a 1% risk, because it's not that easy with this setup. So sometimes I may lose 2%, sometimes even 2.5. That depends. But the thing is, once you win big. And I like this setup because it only happens like once a week. And then those other days, I don't care what happens in Euro USD London session. I couldn't care less. It's just that day. And that's why I can afford to risk more on that setup, that session. And for this week, I can be like, I've made what I needed to make this week. I'm done. Because trading in itself is like, if you go in every single day trying to trade, you're going to become cooked mentally. Like it's going to become so bad, you're going to hate it so much. And today also I got this feeling of when it moved against me, first I was like, why am I even trading? Like what am I doing with my life? Like I don't want to feel that feeling every single day in the market. It's enough mental stress for me to just trade today. And obviously I made bread, so I'm satisfied. Got my, I think it was 50, like $53 payout or something. That's funny, but you get the point. I was in drawdown, so like chill. Next time it's going to be a bigger payout. And that actually gives you confidence and hope that what you're doing works. Because the thing is, most days in the market is just completely random and it's difficult to make money. And there's no point in going in every single day trying to make money either. So in my Discord group, for example, I announce these specific days where I'm bullish or bearish and what I'm looking for, which levels I'm looking for to take an entry, what I'm targeting, like all of that stuff. And I can't simply just give you the strategy, because it's not going to like work if you haven't, like, this strategy works for my mind. It's like it works for me, and I've seen other strategies which are really good, but they don't make sense for me. And if it doesn't make sense for you, it's never going to work, because the market is never identical to your back testing. Like there's always some sort of plot twist. Like they like to add a plot twist to every single session. And that's why you need to understand the strategy, you need to understand yourself and like what makes sense for you. Same today as well. If I would just follow a strategy, I would get stopped out. That's why I'm trying to announce this in my Discord group, link in bio, where I try to say like, today we have this day and I'm looking for entry here, but today this setup doesn't seem to make sense. It doesn't seem like the market is going lower today. And for example, today, one of the reasons I went short as well is because we were this close to take out previous day low, but we failed and it went up. And I'm like, previous day high is all the way up here, previous day low is here. It's easy to target previous day low. And that as well is a confluence. Like if we're close to previous day low, then obviously this setup is gold, like it's so perfect. So if you're interested in learning from me, just join the Discord down below and I'll teach you everything I know about this setup. And anyways, appreciate the support and I'll try to make consistent daily uploads for you guys every single day, and good luck.